In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the population database programming exercise in your textbook. Now, the first thing that you need to do with this programming exercise is to run a program that's been provided for you called Create Cities DB. Now, this is a Python program that will create a database called cities.db, and that database will have three columns. It will have a table named cities, and the cities table will have three columns. The first column is named city ID, which is an integer primary key. The second column is named city name, and that's a text column that's going to hold the name of a city. And then the third column is named population, and it is a real column. It holds a floating point number, which will be the population of the city. Now, once you've run this program, the cities table will have 20 rows. Each row will have the information about a different city. Now, the Create Cities DB program, I've got it loaded into idle here, and you really don't have to know anything about this program. All you have to do is run the program to create the database. But it might be helpful if you take a moment to just look at the source code and see if you can understand what it's doing. You can see here we have a statement that is creating our cities table, and then here we have a list of tuples that contains all of the data that we're going to store in that table. But once again, you really don't need to understand what this program is doing. You just need to run this program so that you have the cities.db database. Now, once you've created the cities.db database, you can go ahead and start working on the actual program that you're going to write as part of this exercise. Now, the program that you're going to write will get a connection to the cities.db database, and then it will allow the user to perform various operations. In your programming problem here, you see a list of the operations that the program should be able to do. And when the program runs, it's simply going to display a list of these operations, and it will allow the user to pick one of these, and then it will perform that operation. And we generally refer to this as a menu. You're going to display a menu of operations that the user can choose from. So let's briefly just go through the list of operations that the program is going to do. It's going to display a list of the cities sorted by population in ascending order. And then it will be able to display a list of the cities sorted by population in descending order. The next operation is to display a list of cities sorted by name, an alphabetically sorted list of the cities. Next, we have display the total population of all the cities. Next, display the average population of all the cities. Next, display the city with the highest population, and then the last operation is to display the city with the lowest population. Now, it might help if I show you how the completed program is going to run before we start looking at any of the code. So here we have the program. I've already written the program, but let's just go ahead and run the program, and you can see how it's going to work. So here's the menu of all of those operations that we just discussed, and each one of these has a number associated with it, and I can choose one of these operations by entering the number. So if I want to see the cities sorted by population in ascending order, I'll enter 1 and press enter. And here we have the list of cities sorted by population in ascending order. And after that list is displayed, the menu appears again. So maybe this time I want to see the list of cities sorted by population in descending order. So that's number 2. So I'll just enter 2. And here's the list with the cities sorted by population in descending order. And you see how it goes. If I want to see the list of cities sorted by name, I'll enter 3. And here we have this alphabetically sorted list of cities. And then let's say, oh, I'm not going to go through all of these, but let's say I want to see the city with the highest population. That's item number 6. I'll enter 6. And it shows me that Tokyo has the highest population. Now, you'll notice that my menu only has 8 choices. Number 8 is to exit the program. We need to do some input validation on this menu so that if the user enters a number that's invalid, for example, if I enter 9, we want the program to catch that and to give us a message. And in this case, I simply have the program asking me to enter a valid choice. If I enter 0, you can see that it will just continue to prompt me for a valid choice if I enter something that's outside that range of 1 through 8. And if I enter 8, then the program terminates. Okay.